Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm taking you thrifting with me to Goodwill and to Savers, and I'll show you my thrift haul. Here we go.
First, in this thrift trip, I'm going to go to Savers. I love Savers because I love their bag wall. If you're not familiar, on the bag wall, the thrift store bags up a whole bunch of goodies into little bags and they hang them on this wall, and you just kind of go and see what's in each little bag, and you can find really good stuff sometimes. So I usually look for things I can put in my resale booth at the vintage shop where I sell things, or I look for things for my collections. Looking back, I wish I had picked up these coasters for myself. I'm in need of Christmas coasters and I just wasn't thinking of it at the time. They are a false graph pattern. I have a platter in the same holiday pattern. The bears here are Vintage Home Co. They don't sell for me, but I do like to see the different sets that Home Co put out. I'm thinking about these ornaments for resale. They are from Israel. I think they're kind of cool, but I'm not sure that they'll sell because they're not really vintage. They're from like 2006. I'm thinking about this little basket to do a little Christmas decoration with. I had seen somewhere where someone had something shaped like this and put a little mini Christmas tree in it and some greenery. It was pretty, but I think this one's a little small for that project. Okay, now we're talking. This is something, Vistosa is vintage pottery. I'm thinking about bringing these home. I'm going to take them down and take a closer look. These have pretty good resale value. However, upon further review, they have been repaired. And in that condition, they really aren't worth anything. And they don't fit into what I'm doing in my home right now, so those are getting left behind. So I'm kind of striking out on the bag wall today. Not finding many treasures. I'm going to head to the other aisles. I've mentioned in other videos, I'm putting together a collection of pewter pieces to use in my bedroom. I'm doing a little bit of a primitive corner, so to speak, in one corner of my bedroom. I have a set of shelves where I'm going to put the pewter. I would like a teapot, but I don't like the rubber cover on this handle. I understand why it's there. Practically speaking, it's useful, but aesthetically, it's not very pleasing. I'm super excited about this false graph heritage pattern pitcher. Love this. I've been looking for one, but look at that. It's cracked and the cracks are discolored. So I'm not going to pay $4 for this. I know I can find a better one in better shape. Ooh, and this is a good find. Now you have to have vision. If you saw a previous video that I made from the vintage market, I saw one of these. It was just wood with greenery on it for Christmas time. I'm going to do something with this one. I did bring this home and I have a planned DIY for winter. It's in pretty rough shape. I'm guessing this was probably hanging outside, and Minnesota sun and winter can do a number on any decorative pieces, but I will fix it up and you won't be able to tell when I'm done with it. The two things I'm always on the hunt for in the wood products aisles at my thrift stores are cubby shelves that I can hang on the wall because I love to do displays in cubby shelves, and then also printers trays because I just think those are really cool for decor. There's a brand of plate called Sakura. They have different holiday designs. They look just like these, and that's what I thought these were. They have a decent resale value, but these are not Sakura, so I'm not going to buy them. These are my plates, but I'm not in the market for any more at this moment. But this crock, even though it says welcome on one side, you can always turn it around. You can try to remove the lettering. This is coming home with me. I'm going to stick a little Christmas tree on it, and it's going to go on my kitchen table as part of my centerpiece. You can see here it's marked Roseville pottery. You always know it's Roseville with those dark blue stripes. Often it's Roseville. And I have a few other crocks that I'll be using with this one with other little trees. It's going to look adorable. I can't show it to you yet because my table is covered in stuff because I'm currently in the middle of decorating. I'm going to head over to the furniture now. I love this trunk and I did not buy it. And I don't know why. I have no answer. Maybe because I was distracted by this piece. I love this piece and it has a very primitive look to it. So I brought this home with me and I am going to do a little DIY fix up on it to go into my bedroom in that primitive corner that I was telling you about. These are definitely the lines of a primitive piece. This looks like it was homemade, which is how primitive pieces were made. So I think it'll be perfect for what I'm trying to do in my bedroom. Okay, it's a few days later and I'm going to head to Goodwill now. If you followed me for any length of time and you know my home, you might know that we just got rid of the desk that was up in our living room. So I'm looking at this piece potentially to hold our printer, which is now down in the comic book room. And I think the shelves on the inside are a little too short for the things that we need to put inside there. So I'm going to keep looking, but I have been looking at all the thrift stores to see if I could find some kind of cart or a little piece of furniture to put our printer on. Heading over to the art wall. This is a really cool piece. It's a needlepoint done on plastic canvas and then framed. I like it, but it might be too bold for resale. I'm not sure. And I have a few larger pieces of crewel work hanging in my booth right now. So I think I'm going to leave it behind. This piece is kind of eye-catching. I think it might be a table runner. Oh, there's buttons. I think it might be a body pillow cover. I'm not really sure. So that's staying behind. This is a really striking dish. I'm thinking about it for resale. It's Franciscan Sundance. But upon further review, I did look it up and they don't sell for very much. And as I'm standing here, a lady came and swiped those bowls. So I decided to leave the plates and I'm like, oh, she'll come back for them. And sure enough, she actually did in a little bit here. She came back and took the plates as well. So maybe she collects them. I don't know. They don't have a high resale value though. This is a Francoma piece. I recognize it by the glaze. It's a butter dish. It's okay. My partner at the Pink Elephant where I sell things and I have had a discussion about Francoma. It just does not sell in our area. I think this looks kind of like Polish pottery, but it doesn't have the normal Polish pottery mark. I'm thinking about picking this up. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't like the pattern. I don't know. You ever have that? It's like, I know I should like this, but I don't really. And I'm trying to stay away from just buying stuff just to buy stuff. And it is cracked, which wouldn't matter if I really liked it, but I don't. So I'm going to leave that behind. Here is a teapot in the False-Graph Heritage pattern. So this is the same pattern that water pitcher was in Savers. I really don't want a teapot though. I really want the water pitcher. So I'm going to continue to wait. Here's a cutie little trivet hiding. I rarely buy these, but I do always like to see the different patterns. Here's a little mini Delft piece. Super cute, but I think it's a teapot that's missing its lid. This is Mexico pottery that sells really well for me at the Pink Elephant, but it's chipped. I collect these vintage glass boxes. This one is different because it stands on its side, but it kind of looks like a coffin. I'm not a huge fan of the shape. I have been picking up more salt glaze pottery pieces, but I am not a fan of hearts. So I'm turning it around to see if maybe I could stick it on a shelf somehow where the heart wouldn't be seen, but the heart is on both sides. You know I love me some canisters. I just picked up a set at the Goodwill outlet bins of rooster canisters, which I adore, but those don't go with everything, so I would really love to find a plain white set. So that's one thing I've been hunting for. Not seeing them today. And here in the basket aisle, super weird frog basket. Maybe it's a lizard. I don't know, but it's kind of creepy. Here's a randomly placed piece of transferware, and I can't tell if it's brown or black. I don't know. Not loving the pattern, so not gonna bring it home. At this point, I'm feeling a little defeated, haven't found anything I want to bring home. And lo and behold, what is this? A piece of jadeite sitting on the shelf, 99 cents. It's Fire King. I have some of this pattern at home, and here's the little piece in my home. I have it set under a spool of vintage ribbon and under one of my little vintage Santa figurines. These shelves hold all my vintage Santas, and you'll see that in my home tour. And while we're here on these shelves, you may have spotted him right before I found the jadeite. He's a little carved Santa, and I think he's adorable. Brought him home for my collection as well. And while I was standing on the checkout line, I found this hoodie for myself. I love it. I love the white strings, and I think it'll be super cozy and comfy for winter. So thanks for coming with me to the thrift stores today. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.